There is a funny thing that I will cover, of course, which is that seemingly whenever there is an American military action anywhere around the world, some assets are going to accidentally get shot down by other air defenses. And of course, this is what I'm talking about is Kuwait. Apparently, Kuwait shot down 3 U.S. F-15s. Incredible work by the American defenses. Glorious. This literally happened with Biden in Yemen, and it happened with Trump in Yemen as well. I need you to understand, if there is any American naval movement happening anywhere, there are going to be some, 10, 20, 30, $100 million equipment failing and falling and exploding and sometimes falling off the ships, the aircraft carriers, and in evasive maneuvering. It's incredible. We love melting tax dollars on fire. We love lighting tax dollars on fire. It's glorious. It's just, you might as well watch a school explode in the air at that point. John McCain's ghost is haunting our forces. Yeah. John McCain dropped 6 planes. 6 planes. And the only reason why he was incapacitated was because he was taken as a prisoner of war. Do you understand? They would have put his ass back on a plane even after the last incident if he hadn't been incapacitated by being taken as a prisoner of war by the Viet Cong. Understand, he was the Viet Cong's strongest soldier. That's why I always had tremendous respect for John McCain, the anti-imperialist goat. A lot of you only talk about how you want to offer critical support to the People's Liberation, critical support to the North Vietnamese, but John McCain lived it. He lived it every day of his life. 6 aerial assets he dropped. 6 of them. How many American aircrafts have you destroyed? A lot of you LARP. A lot of you LARP as though you're like, oh, dude, I think it's, I would love to serve. I would love to serve alongside these people. These people are doing this honorable, brave, anti-imperialist action. America. John McCain lived it. Okay.
Recovered and are in stable condition.
He lived
CNN geolocated video that appears to be an F-15 falling from the sky. The pilot parachuting out. There's also a video that appears to show a pilot safe on the ground after ejecting. Now, the aircraft were F-15 Strike Eagle fighter jets. CENTCOM says Kuwaiti air defenses mistakenly shot them down during active combat that included attacks from Iranian aircraft, ballistic missiles, and drones. The cause of the incident under investigation.
Look, it's clear that CENTCOM is saying here this was an active combat area. Likely, it seems, if you interpret what they said, that Kuwaiti air defenses were engaging drones, missiles, other things at the time, and mistook these F-15s as legitimate targets too. That is essentially the consequence of the war that the United States is in here. President Trump warned yesterday that there could potentially be more.
I fucking love this. I'm sorry. It's so funny. It's so funny. I was just like, wah, wah. Oh, man. Oh, man. Oh, baby.
شوف طلعت عندنا هني يا يبا شوف طلعت عندنا والله يا ساتر.
Oh, you can always count on these $30 million bad boys, $100 million bad boys, however expensive it is to just Operation, I'll just stay up and keep drinking. That way I won't be hungover at work.
Bruh.
Oh, man. What, is 80 million a pop? Fantastic.
We want to talk about how this happened, and here to do that is retired Army Brigadier General Steve Anderson. Thank you so much for being here, because we're going to talk not just about that plane, but also the sort of pros and cons of doing an air campaign with the goal of regime change, which is not something...
Oh, that's the second part of this. Every aspect of Operation Epic Fail, Operation Epic Fortnite Chungus, Operation Epstein's Fury is just busted, okay? Every part of this operation is so busted because the goals are wrong. The methods are impossible to achieve the stated goals for, right? Like, the goals in and of itself are idiotic. And the methods that we are willing to commit to are not going to help us achieve those goals at all. It's incredibly violent. It's incredibly brutal. It's incredibly deadly. And on top of that, in the process of Operation Epic Fortnite Chungus, billions, and I mean billions of dollars of American assets in the region have been destroyed. And as a consequence of that destruction, in the hands of Iranian drone strikes, Iranian munitions, Iranian ballistic missiles, we have seen, once again, that America literally either A, does not care about any of its Gulf regional allies, or is, perhaps worse, incapable of defending their own bases. Operation Epic Fail has been insane as far as like doing damage to American might and American military competence. You could not write a funnier story than this. Operation Fortnite Chungus is conducted by actual drunk assholes, drunk rapists who are just drunk at the wheel, like very clearly drunk driving this situation, drunk driving the car. Haas MVP. What did he do? Oh, he's putting falling planes on the screen. Okay, they don't show the funnier parts about this. Here, watch. Video showing locals approaching one of the F-15 pilots who ejected over Kuwait.
Really? You need something to help you? No problem, you're safe. You're safe. Everything good? No problem. Thank you for helping us. Everything perfect?
Oh no, bro. They're gonna hit the female pilot. Oh no. Oh, they're gonna say DEI, except the other two pilots were male, but it doesn't matter. Dude, no, do not take that helmet off. Just make your voice more coarse. Be like, yeah, I'm a white man. Oh no, we got a hashtag girl boss, dude. Oh no. Absolutely necessary to look at this. Oh yeah, this was really funny. Downed American pilot while in the shape of a swastika surrendering to a man with a stick. Come on, dude. Zero subtext, only text. It's 3 days into the Iran war. Yeah, for the record, for people who might think like, oh, it's because the Kuwaitis hate these guys. No, the Kuwaitis love these guys, okay? I need you to understand something. They probably thought he was an Iranian pilot at first, and then they realized that he was an American pilot, and then they put him in the back of a car so that they could take him to a hospital.
Police? Yes, 1 minute. 1 minute. لا شبه الدبة 1 minute 1 minute 1 minute Police? Yes, 1 minute.
Brother, what is happening? Bro, we are not a serious country, man. They put him in the back of the car like a dog. Oh my God, dude. Oh, that's so funny. That's awesome. Kuwaitis are providing cover. Only system they have that can hit F-16s are Patriot batteries, which have lots of fail-safes due to past FF incidents. It was Iranian batteries. U.S. is just lying. Yeah, there is a suspicion on whether or not this was friendly fire. And I guess America would rather say it's friendly fire than say that it was Iranians that struck the Iranians that actually struck the F-15s. Having said that, I don't know. Maybe it is. It has happened before. So, do you see that? That's my truck video from an American soldier.
That's my fucking truck.
I'm inclined to believe that it's a friendly fire, because what Iranian anti-aircraft system is striking Kuwaiti airspace, bro? Like, that's crazy. You know what I mean? It's like, because it literally happens. It happens right on top of the Kuwaiti airspace. Like, that's this is cognitive information warfare, e.g. lie the out of everything and claim otherwise. This is a new NATO doctrine. Iran has S-300s within range of Kuwait. I don't know. Why are you laughing it up all giddy about serious matters? Okay, but none of this is funny. What am I supposed to do, man? Kill myself? What do you want me to say? Look at our incompetent ass multi-trillion-dollar military, brother. What do you want? The best possible outcome here for the American military to save face is that they struck their own planes. The worst possible outcome is that Iranian S-300s, Russian S-300s purchased by Iran, were able to literally laser 3 American F-15 fighter jets off of Kuwaiti airspace. And none of this needs to happen at all. So what do you want me to do? Not laugh about the situation? Yeah, it's our goddamn tax dollars being lit on fire. That's a school. You know what I mean? That's healthcare. But of course I'm going to laugh. At least they didn't get to go murder a bunch of school children, you know what I mean, in a bombing campaign. So I'm going to laugh. I'm going to laugh a little bit. Yes, it's funny. It's objectively funny that an F-15 pilot wasn't able to go and, like, I don't know, laser some school. Before people go, F-15s don't actually do strike packages on schools or whatever it's an aerial combat. It's an aerial combat plane. Whatever. The F-15 friendly fire claim is either a lie or a U.S. command failure, but something is off, says Adam Cochran. After talking to an experienced military sources, here's how we know the reporting is covered. Kuwait uses 3 types of air defense systems: Patriot, Improved Hawk, and SHORAD. A SHORAD-type air defense would not reliably take down an F-15. An Improved Hawk could hit an F-15, but because a Hawk requires constant radar illumination, the pilot would be alerted to the lock by radar detection, could deploy a chaff, activate ECM, take maneuvers against it. So a Hawk striking 3 planes is deeply unlikely. The Patriot system can reliably strike targets like an F-15, and so we know it's likely that this was the system used. But Patriot systems rely on multiple ID types to engage a target. Radar track behavior rules. It shoots at things that act like a missile. IFF signature, broadcast automatic signature between fighter craft and ground systems. I mean, look, I don't know. I don't know what the what the point of failure is here, but it's the American military, so I feel like there's numerous points of failure that you could point to. How is it not funny? It's the military-industrial complex being incompetent. Nobody got hurt. It's literally hilarious. Exactly. I will say a couple things that have proven to be true here. Okay, a couple things that have proven to be true here once again. Maybe a lot of you are too young to remember the numerous points of failure that took place in the global war on terror when they first went in. When you go into an active war, no matter how much you've done combat simulations, no matter how much you've trained your troops, there are going to be very real problems when you get into a real shooting battle. Okay, it's always a clusterfuck. I mean, the one example I always use is the Humvees. They brought all these Humvees into Iraq and Afghanistan, and literally they had no coverage, no protection underneath the Humvees. So basically, all of those Humvees turned into dick explosion machines because they would just drive around, and some dude who mixed a concoction and put it into a Teflon pan, like a boiling pot, with a bunch of marbles, would put together a roadside bomb, and that shit would explode right underneath the Humvee, and every single troop's dick would explode in the process. Okay? Literally. How do you not factor in armor underneath the goddamn Humvee? It's shit like that. It happens all the time. No matter how much you think you've factored everything into the equation, you have the most sophisticated equipment, you have the best machinery, there are always going to be issues. There are obviously, again, numerous points of failure and many problems that are taking place with this round of epic Fortnite chungus that we haphazardly put together as we are, lasering Iranian schools, a volleyball team, and an 86-year-old man and his whole family in his residence that we seemingly have presented as this unique espionage victory. Oh my God, the American and Israeli clandestine operators are so good. They've deeply penetrated Iran. It's bro, he was at his house. That's really, this is the pivotal achievement of the CIA. He was at his house. It's mind-boggling that they're trying to sell this as as an incredible feat. There's a lot of, it's costly, it's bloody, it's completely it just shouldn't happen at all. I mean, it's completely ridiculous, and we're doing it anyway because that's just the way it goes. Having said that, as far as these points of failure, I mean, these are at this point, you would assume that it would be expected that these sorts of things are going to happen, but seemingly it happens all the time with regular frequency. It literally happened with Ansar Allah under the Biden leadership when the Biden administration was bombing Sanaa, bombing Yemen. They had these issues. They lost, I think, 2 aircraft, right? And then Trump lost another one as well. So fantastic stuff overall.
Well, there's probably at least 30 or so F-15s that are stationed there in Kuwait.
Well, now it's 27.
You have to remember that it was an incredibly complex operation involving the Lincoln Carrier Battle Group, the Ford Carrier Battle Group out in the Mediterranean, all the bases that we have in the Middle East. Without a doubt, there was probably Tomahawk missiles launched from submarines, in fact. So it was an incredibly complex operation. So the fact that we'd have some kind of collision or some kind of an incident, is not that, it's not that remarkable.
Nobody's nerfect. Bro, that's awesome. That's awesome. Come on. I mean, what? Yeah, we shot three $80 million pieces of sophisticated equipment out of the sky with $4 million missiles in the same, at the same damn time. It's normal. It happens all the time.
Those aircraft were F-15 Strike Eagle fighter jets. The cause of the incident, of course, continues to be looked at, but those jets are just some of the assets that the U.S. is deploying in the air as this war expands. The military is also using remotely piloted MQ-9 Reaper drones. They carry Hellfire missiles and guided bombs. They are also using B-2 stealth bombers, valued at just...
Isn't it wonderful to see why you don't have healthcare on TV every day? I love when mainstream news turns into QVC for the American military industrial complex. They're like, look at the might of our weapons. They're so sick.